So my name is Nathan Hodson. I am 23, about to be 24. I am currently a mid-level collections manager at one of our local banks here. I competed in season 3. I just made merge in that season, and I think I finished roughly 7th, I believe. I competed in season 4, and I got 2nd when I lost by 1 vote. And then I competed in season 5, where I won that season. It's very challenging for me. These last couple of days coming up to the game, you know, it's a thing for me where I have to try to not hyperfixate, try not to get myself paranoid, not get myself in a very negative place mentally. So I've been trying to, you know, be aware and be prepared, while also finding that balance of not hyperfixating, not diving too deep. You know, like for example, today, you know, I obviously had the choice to just take off work completely and just wait until we got the location drop and show up. Today I did work my half day because I knew if I wouldn't have, my mind would just be all over the place today. And it's, you know, it's just one of those things also, you know, with the information, you know, being not hidden at this point, you know, it's hard for me to perceive that I won't have some kind of target on my back. So I'm just trying to also keep that paranoia at bay while also, you know, doing everything else. To me, I don't just blindly tell people false truths. I do tell them truths, and I back it up with evidence, I back it up with action to the point that secures a place of trust to go further in the game. And so it's definitely my social game is what carries me. Obviously, you can see I'm not a very physically big guy. And I'm not the most scrappy guy either to go find idols or anything like that, but typically at this point I've been a very socially driven player. Survivor has been a place and outlet for me to exercise, you know, kind of a persona and a person that I want to be into a certain place that I can't always be out in the real world due to certain situations. So I can take the game of Survivor and I can mentally, you know, decide what I want to do or who I want to be, and I can be that person within the game of Survivor. And that's very valuable. It's very, you know, very mentally relieving, very good for my mental health, and a big aspect that I enjoy. So, someone I wouldn't want to see come out here today would be Ryan Schuessler. Every time that we've ever played in these games, for whatever reason, there's just a level of mistrust that I don't fully understand. I've never quite feel like I've given her a reason to mistrust me. And to this point, she's the only player that in Survivor Grant history has ever per se stabbed me in the back. And I just think that she's going to remember that as well, and if you'll do it once, you'll do it again. So I'm really, and also a lot of her strength in this game is her ability in competitions, which I am not the strongest in that area. And so she'll be able to aggro me at my weakness. And so I kind of hope that she's not going to be showing up here today. You know, a big thing for me is I am not very campy, not very outdoorsy. I typically like my comfortable things, my AC, you know, my house, my TV, my cell phone. I'm very attached to those things, and I'm hoping that this experience, you know, is going to, I'm going to rise to this occasion. That's something that I'm not very comfortable with at all. In fact, I'm pretty horrified. That's the biggest thing besides the gameplay that I'm most horrified about is, you know, sleeping in a sleeping bag on the ground tonight and possibly getting rained on out in the middle of, you know, where we're at. And so I hope that from this experience, you know, I will be able to come off the other side of it and say, like, hey, I accomplished this and I did this. I'm paranoid, excited, nervous, all of the above, but, you know, kind of, you know, with my illness that I have, my diabetes, I know I will never be able to go compete on the grand scale, big Survivor, and so this is pretty much it for me. So I'm going to give everything I have into it. This is my Survivor game, as big as it's ever going to be, and so I'm going to go throttle, all the way throttle, and I'm going to make sure I leave nothing in this forest.